Hey guys, Pod Sessions number 4. At this point, I'm not going to do the whole intro like I've done in the other 3. Hopefully, if you've been listening along, you've got the context of the show, bringing people together that I'm interested in from afar. Some I know really well, some I'm just getting to know, some I just am meeting for the first time. And I've really enjoyed it. This format has been super interesting, and I think we're getting better and better at mixing up the crew, and I'll be really honest. I apologize to the other 3 sessions that started us off. I think this is going to be the best one yet.
Lit.
And so we are going to introduce. We will start with ladies first. Why don't you introduce yourself and give a quick little line about your jam, what you do, and then we'll take it from there.
I am Hannah Bronfman. Thanks so much for having me.
Of course, Hannah.
I run a wellness media company called HB Fit. I'm also a DJ, and I curate and create content for myself, my company, and a lot of other companies as well.
Awesome.
I'm Nik Stauskas, a professional basketball player for the Brooklyn Nets. Got traded here a couple of months ago. It's my 4th year in the league, and I'm a huge fan of the show, huge fan of Gary.
And it just had the best one-on-one meeting ever.
We did have a pretty good one-on-one meeting.
Yes.
Learned a lot.
Yeah.
Love it. My man?
What's up, guys? Illmind. I'm a music producer, 4-time Grammy nominated.
4-time.
Yeah, I'm
That's
an official
awesome.
Grammy loser.
I'm a 5-time York Times Bestselling Author.
Oh, they're not even ready for that. Worked with J. Cole, Kanye West, Kendrick. Just dropped that Black Panther album. Produced
man,
X with my man.
Congrats.
Yeah,
Thank
man,
you.
that's big.
With my man Soundwave. Shout to TDE.
My wife asked me about you being in it today.
Nice.
Like, it's
Oh,
hit
that's
the
crazy.
lexicon.
Well, I did do Moana, You're Welcome, Disney with Lin-Manuel. So
Yep.
I did some stuff with Lin and just kind of, here, happy to be here, man.
Thank
Garyvee
you.
is the man.
So this is a really fun format, and the thing that I'm starting all these shows with has been really fun to explore. I want to go back around the circle and ask you what you are currently obsessed with. Now, a couple episodes ago, the crew went really world peace and like very vague, complete bullshit. I mean, not bullshit. Maybe they are actually passionate about world peace, but I want something subtle, right? Like this new marker you have, or your new teammate's haircut, or a new up and coming kid's song, or something outside your genre, you're obsessed with fixing the pothole on your street. What are you currently obsessed with, Hannah?
Okay, well, I mean, besides multiple beauty products, because that's like a daily obsession. I have something new every day.
Yes.
But really, though,
really,
I'm obsessed with this company that I'm advising.
Okay.
And it's like a crazy data company that basically scrapes all of your Instagram comments and can tell the intent of a user to buy something.
Got it.
So that's what I'm obsessed with right now. I kind of want to know, they could basically tell me if I wanted to put out a product, what product that would be based on.
So you're
my
all about the
audience.
big data.
I am right now. I'm obsessed.
Are you nerding out on it?
I am. Yeah.
Like you're just sitting there and be like, holy shit. And
yeah, it's kind of incredible because then you can also start to tailor your own content.
Of course.
And right.
Yeah,
so
you use it to
exactly.
So are we going to see avocado face masks from you? Just all sorts of random shit?
It's funny you say that because I've been thinking about a new series called Face Masks in the Wild, where you're literally putting on a face mask and going out to do normal things.
That's
so
sick.
you might
did it
actually
again.
see me in an avocado face mask.
Yeah. Love it.
I should have worn one today, to be honest.
No, this is your regular face is better.
Okay,
all right, Nick.
Something I'm currently obsessed with. So being a professional athlete, what I eat and what I put in my body is important.
Yes.
And there's this, I don't know, maybe you guys have been there. It's called Sweet Green.
Yeah.
I love sweet.
Love.
What is this,
Yo.
1999?
I don't know. I don't
Where
know
are you
from? Well, I just moved
From
to
Philly.
Brooklyn from Philly.
Okay,
I'm from
so-
Toronto
And
originally.
is there no Sweet Greens in Philly?
There is a Sweet Green in Philly, but I had no idea that
I
this
get
is
it.
I thought Sweet Green was just in Philly, to be honest with you. So
Wow.
over the last couple of
Love
months,
it.
I have I'm talking about
Do you eat it every meal?
Every day I have Sweet Green.
What's your favorite dressing?
Balsamic. I have to have the balsamic dressing.
crazy.
D-Rock is,
customized
D-Rock is
style.
shaking his head.
I like lime cilantro.
See,
Okay.
for me, it's the cashew peanut, but
That's
That's
heard.
fire
I haven't even
too.
tried that one. I've heard it's
Yeah,
really good
it's
though.
fire.
With me, I'm one of those guys that's once I find something that works for me or that I
You're-
like,
You go
I don't
all
try,
in?
I don't try anything else.
So what
I
were
get
you?
the-
Wait a minute. Nick, So what were you eating before this? Before you switched?
you don't
into
even
this?
remember. What was life
I
before
was
Sweet Green?
I can't even remember. I honestly didn't have like I didn't have a go-to place. Like
You
I was
were
kinda,
lost,
I
and
was
you
really
finally
lost.
were
Was it
found.
Philly
And I found
cheese?
my
It
true
wasn't like
love.
cheesesteaks, right?
Although I did like a Philly cheesesteak every now
hell
and then.
yeah, you have to do
Those
that.
things are
Yeah, they're crazy.
they're really
Once in a
good,
while.
but too many of those and I'd be out the
No,
league.
you can't do
so.
that off season.
Right.
Ill?
Right.
Yeah, man. But aside from Star Wars and Game of Thrones, and being
Those
a
are
fucking
macro. I
nerd,
want to go really, really, really narrow.
I've just been getting into and being obsessed with different ways to compose music. So like, you have this like this the black and white key piano
Yes.
has been the main instrument for you're a DJ, so like the piano's been our main instrument for hundreds of years, if not
Yes.
thousands of years. So now with technology, there's ways to trigger chord progressions and different melodies on your phone, like being able to not play an instrument but be able to compose full melodies with triggering on the phone. And so in doing my research, I'm like downloading all these apps on my phone, and there's actually these like new pieces of hardware that allow for you to compose like full professional pieces of music and access like gospel chord progressions that you would need years of training to access, but now I can do it with the push of a button. So I just think
That
that's
sounds like I
interesting.
can get into the music
You
game.
can. No, you literally can. So I'm kind of obsessed with being a music producer and being like trained in music, but then also using that technology to
not
be
being
able to
fancy and romantic about
Exactly.
it, and instead of saying that's bullshit and being sad that you had all these years, being open to it and riding that
yeah,
way.
and then
Yeah.
also too like
Which is
where
key.
It is key.
also too like where music is headed because of that. I mean,
Yeah,
you can
it's-
get a random kid download Fruity Loops and be able to compose an amazing piece of music. I mean, how's that gonna shake up the
It's going to
production world?
It's going to change the supply and demand of opportunity. It's just the same old game, right? The internet is the
Right.
middleman.
Yeah.
Technology squeezes the middle, and we're like in it now.
I think the next thing is holograms. Putting the glasses on and
Yep.
then composing in the air.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Like
Kind of like
moving
an
shit around.
augmented.
Exactly.
Right.
Like imagine Pro Tools, but like moving the waves
Totally.
around.
It's like very Minority Report.
Yeah, Minority Report.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was just a little.
Just do it one more time. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
it's just-
I actually think that technology on holograms and VR, that we will never get to the place where we're really wearing glasses at scale. That by the time the technology gets good enough that we're all deep into that world, we'll be into contact lenses.
Yeah, and
Do you think that's in our lifetime?
I
100%.
I think so. I
Really,
think
yeah.
the next big one is in ear, and then the one after that will be in eye.
I think in ear is going to be a lot of fun because it eliminates language. Like
Yeah.
I love the fact that I'll be able to go to mainland China or India and like we're just talking to each other because it's translating for me in my native language.
Yeah.
but here's my
that's
question. I'm
So like
all
fuck
about
if
that.
you real quick, I apologize.
sorry.
So if you're in 7th grade Spanish, fucking mail it in. It's not going to fucking
Well, that's what I mean. Okay, so because that this technology is coming in, that it will break down so many barriers. Do you think that learning other languages will become obsolete? And
it will be commoditized. So it's not that it's obsolete and you're more than welcome, but yes, it is not as valuable as it was in the same way that it's not as valuable today to memorize who the presidents of the United States were because we have a phone on us and we can look it up.
but you still have to do that in school.
Yeah, but school's broken for the reality of the
But
marketplace.
will school be fixed by the time that
Probably not.
Yeah.
right?
My
Which
That's a
then
tough one.
creates the problem.
Well, the problem exists now, actually.
Right.
Broken school is causing real problems because people are sitting with enormous college debt and they don't have leverage to close the gap on that debt post school, and they aren't being taught skills that matter as much in today's environment when you were going into a job
Totally.
in the corporate world. I mean, listen, college was a great machine for a 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s
True.
world.
Right.
And it hit its apex,
true.
but it's now clearly on the decline. And no, I do not. I mean, I'm unbelievably down on the education system that is in place right now to an extreme. To an
Makes
extreme.
sense. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
so let's talk about music for a minute. Emerging artists. Obviously, I have a lot of passion for that. Boyd's in
Yeah.
the room. That's been our jam for 10 years.
Fuck yeah.
Who, you've got, I know you fuck with a lot of people, so it's hard. I'm putting you in a tougher spot where, like, I know there's 31 kids that you think really have real potential.
Mm-hmm.
But for fun, and it just is what it is. It's not like you're not naming somebody else. If I put you in a corner, which I am, who's an emerging artist that most people won't know? That you're like, wow, if I had a bet, and I'll be really happy in 4 years when Iris sends me the clip of this, and I was super right about this person.
Oh,
Who's
wow.
that kid right now?
Oh man, there's a
I know there's a
handful.
ton.
I'm trying to narrow it down in my mind.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna let you really think about this.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Nick.
I
Who's
got it
gonna
though.
win?
I got
oh,
it.
you got it.
I got it. Yeah. This girl Glam.
Glam.
GLAM. It stands for Good Lyrics and Music. And so she's from Glam. She's from Oakland. She lives in New York. She raps. She sings. She produces all of her own music. I dibble and dabble, but she does all her shit. And she's kind of, if I can kind of describe her sound, she's Missy meets. I know this is bold.
This is what always
it's
happens.
Like Missy, fun, but Oakland, very like Oakland
Missy
sounding.
Meets Too Short.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah,
Well,
like very like it's
that's
like Bay.
crazy.
It's like Bay, but it's like soulful and fun and like upbeat. But like she got bars too. Like she could rap. She's fucking amazing.
She's
Does she have
SoundCloud or
anything
she's Spotify?
Yeah, she's both. She's both, but she doesn't have that much like new stuff out.
Well, that's good.
But she's cooking, man. She's amazing.
All right, I'm
Glam.
gonna look into that.
Yeah, look her
Nick,
up.
who's going to win the NCAA tournament this year? Obviously, you had a really fun career in Michigan. Like, who's going to win this year's NCAA March Madness? It's coming. It's going to be here any minute.
Yeah. I mean, once it comes to a tournament, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, anything really happens in a tournament. Like last year, that's actually crazy. Like my, my alma mater, Michigan, they were like bottom of the Big Ten throughout the entire season.
They went
to the Big Ten tournament, and they were taking off the runway on the plane to go to the Big Ten tournament, and their plane crashed.
That's right.
And when their plane crashed, like everyone got off the plane, like really traumatic experience. And coach like looked at them and was like, do you guys still want to go? Like, we can call off the season right now. Like, we can forfeit and season's done. And the players are like, we're going. They win they end up going as like a bottom seed. They win the Big Ten tournament, get a seed in the NCAA tournament, and then make it to the Sweet 16. So like, there's really no telling. If I had to guess, I'd say
You really don't want to say Michigan State, right?
Michigan State has no chance. There's no chance. If I had to guess,
Guys, for everybody listening, Michigan State has a huge chance.
They have no chance.
He's just a huge rival.
If I had to guess,
to
I'm
this.
gonna go with Duke. Like this kid Marvin Bagley at Duke, he's gonna be a problem. So if I had to guess, I'm gonna go with Duke. If not, I'm just gonna go with Michigan and hope they make a run this year.
Hannah, what is your favorite restaurant and/or actual like meal right now? Like, could be fast casual, what have you, but like, what food are you like really thinking about? And I'd love to know restaurant if there has been one in the last 6 months or so.
Interesting. Well, there's a few. I mean, okay, Fort Charles has like the best burger in the city right now, and it's like the atmosphere, the burger, everything about it is
Just
hands
the whole
down
package.
is amazing.
What's it called?
Fort Charles.
Like for the number 4?
Yeah, and it's
Write it down. She wrote
it's
down
at
your music
Fort-
person. I'm writing it down.
It's
She's
at Fort Charles.
Oh, you're
Street.
streaming, so
I'm
no worries.
streaming.
And then I've
Have
been
you been there,
dying.
Tyler? Can you set up one of my meetings there right now? Can you actually, while we're doing this podcast, edit a meeting I'm having in a couple weeks, send the invite, reset it?
It's hard to get a reservation, so Monday night might be ambitious, but maybe for you, Gary, they'll make it happen. I don't know.
Let's change this. Let's buy Fort Charles, the company. No, I'm kidding.
And then I guess
we play it humble. I'll go in 6 months. I don't give a fuck.
there's another place called Nur.
What's the hardest place to get into the city right now?
Fort Charles has a really crazy.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Who else? Anybody else? It's so cool to hang out with cool people. Like, this is how I get the information.
Nur is really hard to get into right now. It's
So
a
both
new-
your answers happen to be also super hard.
Listen, I mean, when
You're
you're
not providing
talking
for the
about,
people.
I
Hannah.
think, to be honest, I
ahead.
cook at home mostly because
you?
I
You
love
love
to
cooking?
cook. Yeah, it's like a very therapeutic thing for me. I also care a lot about what I put in my body and what not.
Sure.
Even though I just said that the best place to go is for a burger, but it is one of those burgers that you kind of just
How
have
new
to
is
try. It's probably like 6 months old.
Who's played? Trouty goes every other week. Is Trouty here? Where?
I know a
he
guy
never
actually.
fucking works.
I know a guy who has a standing reservation every Tuesday night, and he's always trying to get rid of them because he can't go every week. So maybe I can throw you one or something. And then there's this other place called Nur, which is like a new Israeli place that opened up that's supposed to be
Where is it?
crazy. It's in Flatiron, and I haven't been there yet, but it's
You're dying to go?
I'm dying to go. Yeah,
Love it.
yeah.
Wow.
What do you want to know? What's on your mind? What can I answer? What can one of the three of us answer? Like, Illmind, what's on your mind?
Man, I want to know if it really is worth it to.
Yep.
I mean, you talk about this shit all the time, like put yourself all in on something.
Yes.
Like, is it really worth it to go all in my world, on the social media thing? So like, go all in on YouTube, go all in on all the platforms.
Yes.
Let me just commit.
Why. Yes. Let me tell you why. It is grossly underpriced attention.
Yeah.
And it gives you the leverage.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I just
I
came
know
from
you
a
agree. You're living it.
yeah. I
You're
just came from
fucking
a
living
movie.
it.
I mean, a movie. I just came from a meeting with YouTube, and I took a deep dive into.
Was it with Ben Mason?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I
He's
had the
dope.
same meeting yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, with him.
I felt
what did he tell you though?
I mean, he told me so many things, but well, specifically, my YouTube channel is for my
Ben
company,
Mason having a
HB
huge
Fit.
fucking
So
podcast.
we basically went straight into what's working, what's not working, where we can tailor, how we can optimize, and
My
like.
manager's calling me. Sorry, bro.
No, it's all good.
No, he's out.
Oh.
Hannah, you're in, manager's out.
But you know, it can. At first, I was like, "Damn, there's a lot of shit I need to be implementing and doing differently."
Yeah.
But like, I'm really glad that I've like put out the content that I put out, so I have stuff to at least go off of and know what to change and where to tweak and do all that stuff. Kind of seemed a little overwhelming at first, but I also have like some girl who is awesome and at school wanted to use HB Fit as a case study, so I have her implementing all the findings.
Sick.
More importantly, to that point, Hannah, like guys, this is financially viable to do the right thing. Like meaning, like if you're in a place where you can afford it, like do it. Like I don't know if you like. I have 17 people, and I'm about to go. I mean, I just upped my Instagram ad spend by a multiple of 12. Like this is real. This is a moment in time. This is why I wrote Crushing It. Like I didn't write it, just write it. I wrote it because I'm like, fuck, the thing I believed 9 years ago, which I ended up being very right about. I'm actually still underestimating it. This is so fucking huge.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me, I just want to make sure I am going all in.
Well,
I mean,
you
when we had our first
yes,
meeting,
go ahead.
you put the fucking battery in my back.
I mean,
and then
I
I
think
started.
your
I went into
social-
my YouTube. I have
Let's
to do
talk
YouTube.
about this real quick. I saw that we had that meeting in the car,
Yep.
and I like literally watched you go do the right thing by YouTube, Instagram, making the memes. Like
Yep.
I'm watching, I'm like, he's fucking doing it.
Yeah.
What has happened? Like
Extreme growth.
well, what the like? And what about outside of
Just like-
followers and things like that? Like, what about in real life? Like,
I mean, extreme growth. Colleagues, people that I was cool with, now, stepping in and wanting to do more because they're seeing more of it, and then they're just seeing the audience grow authentically.
Right. So growth, opportunity, more like awareness.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, honestly, I've been looking at your page too, and I think that what you do is like not a lot of people in the producing and the music making world put out content the way that you've
Not one. I'm
packaged
trying
it
to get
for
these
people.
motherfuckers to like, let's do this
Totally.
together because my community is super undereducated.
Right, and you can be as inclusive
I wanna try to help them.
as you want to be. Right.
Yeah.
No, I think
this is literally a story of my life. Like it started with wine in 2006. Like
Yeah,
I
you
just
were the guy.
It was 2006,
crazy.
and I believed in this shit. Like it was YouTube. Nobody had ever heard of it. Like it was 5 months old. There wasn't a video that had 1 million views yet. Ever.
Yeah.
Like, and
That's
it was
crazy.
It's really a different world when I started, and like nobody knew anything about wine that was under 35. Like, and it was just like. I wanted to educate. I wanted people to try new shit. I was tired of people drinking the same 15 kinds of wines when there was like 4,000 kinds of wines worth drinking. And then it happened with just entrepreneurship in general. Like there's a lot more people that do the kind of thing that I do on Instagram every day. But to your point, like when a music producer does it, I think the athlete journey, Nick, to be honest with you, like just like bro, you said to me in the meeting earlier, like, yeah, okay, so I'm in the gym for 2 hours. And then I was just like laughing. I was like, people think they want to be basketball players. You're in the gym for 2 hours every day. And that's just with the ball. Then you go work out. Like, I don't think people understand. Right. And so what I told you earlier, like, and I just had these kids in here when I drew all over my table, like from 20 to 30, I did nothing. I went all in. No outside, no out, no burger place, no club, no like. All my friends, I'm 42. All my friends now who are the same age, they're like, remember? And I was like, no, I don't know. I don't even know what club you're talking about. No, I never went to Suede. Yeah. No, I don't know it. I don't know Tunnel. Like I don't know it. I fucking worked.
Yeah.
And so like to me, that's not, by the way, the right answer. It just you need to know what the cost of your ambition is. Like so, like I could have been less successful professionally and had some balance and fun. That's fine. I could have. It's just not what I want.
Yeah.
Like, and you have to understand what you want and what you're trying to achieve. But yes, all in, every fucking person listening to this. And if you're listening to me, you're already in the consideration set of debating. Should I go all in? If you even know who I am, if you're even listening to this right now, the answer is yes. Because if I, 22 months ago, needed to remind my own self, I need to go all in, everybody needs reminding.
Yeah. True.
What do you want to know, Nick? I mean, obviously you and I had our one-on-one, so what about more generally or from the peeps here? Like, What kind of music do you listen to? You got two fucking...
I'm a hip hop fan.
Yeah, we were chatting up.
Yeah, we were just chatting. Like for me, my favorite artist right now is Travis Scott. Like I feel like over the last 2 years, everything Travis Scott has made has just been
Turned
absolutely fire. Like turned into gold. So definitely been a huge Travis Scott fan. Being from Toronto, I love Drake. And
what about Killy?
From Toronto, right?
I don't know about Killy.
I don't know Killy either.
I don't know
Yep.
Killy.
Toronto has so many
You stumped me on
crazy
that one.
Canada
up-and-comers.
has everyone.
Go ahead, Mike boy. Let's see what you want to talk.
Yeah, you'll like Killy.
Killy?
Yeah.
Well, how do you...
K-I-L-L-Y.
K-A-L-L-Y? He's a rapper?
You're going to love him.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Oh, Killy's on fire. I mean, he's huge, bro.
Yeah.
He's huge to somebody like Mike
he's
Boyd
huge
who
to
lives
people
in
who are
that
looking for,
world.
like, the
Exactly.
new
He's,
Right.
by the way,
Yeah.
this is what's so,
Record labels
but by the
are
way,
trying to sign
this is what's so
Yeah.
great about the game. Killy's huge for people that look at the world that way.
Yeah.
Right.
This burger place is huge for the way, like
Yeah.
it's just what world are you in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
why.
yeah.
And by the way, that's why. Like this show, even the way it's flowing right now, I'm like, I'm like in the show, but then my other part of my brain's like analyzing the show. I'm like, this is exactly right.
Yeah.
Like these are people that are in their world. They know their worlds. They're passionate about their worlds. Like you know, 5 guys right now who are going to be the biggest basketball players in the world in 6 years that nobody else in this room besides me has ever heard of, right? Because
Yeah.
they're either a
True.
McDonald's All-American or they're freshmen at Oklahoma right now, but they don't live in that world. But for you, you're like, what do you mean you don't know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
huge to Killy. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
might look up to you being from Toronto.
Yeah, the crazy thing is with music for me is that like I guess I don't really search for like the next like up. I don't go on like YouTube and like
Like you're
who's
listening
like
to like
hot up and coming.
Right.
Like I'm more of
You're like, yo, did
what's-
you guys hear about the weekend?
Yeah, like whatever's like popular, whatever's like being
By the way,
put out
by the
there.
way, I'm very similar to
Yeah.
that. I'm very similar to that when
Yeah.
I'm not in Mike Boyd mode.
Yeah.
Like once
Right.
every 3 or 4 years, I'll go into his world and I'll get really in it, which is what I'm in right now.
Yeah.
And then other times I'm super thrilled to just give me the 7 songs that are most
Yeah.
popular. And I need a little Lionel Richie normally mixed in there as well.
Yeah.
And then I'm good.
Yeah.
Do
I
you
want
listen to
Lionel
Hype
Monday
Machine?
Monday.
No.
Hype Machine is like a good, like if I always just like if I'm in my office,
Search
I
the
just
new
put
stuff.
that on like popular, and that's how I like find all my new music because I constantly am DJing.
Yep.
And sometimes I DJ an event where they're like, we'd actually like you to play songs with no lyrics, and I'm like, okay. And then other times it's like the turn up. So
I should send you a bunch of instrumentals.
yo, let
if
me
you're
know.
down.
I would love
That's the
that.
best
I
thing
would
that
love that.
happened.
Yeah.
Yes,
It'd be
you would
awesome.
love
Are you part of record pools too? Like, do they feed you just like the new stuff being a DJ or
No.
They don't really have that
No,
stuff?
I mean I've got a lot of friends who are producers, and I get like a bunch of stuff from them.
Yeah.
There's also this kid. Have you heard of Buddy?
Yeah. Signed to Pharrell?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's ill.
Buddy's sick. So
Buddy's
he's
sick.
he actually performed at my wedding.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was the first time he ever left the country as well. He's a kid from Compton, and he got his passport just for the wedding too. Yeah.
Amazing.
It was awesome.
Buddy's a man.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you're right though about like there's like different worlds that are huge, and if you're not in them, you don't know about them.
Well, I mean, I think
Like-
that's, honestly, that's in a weird way the purpose of this format for me, which is like somebody who's consuming on the other end is getting bounced around to 4 different, 3 different, 2 different kind of worlds. And I think that's super interesting. And I think in a lot of ways, curation has always been unbelievably important and gets compounded when there's a lot of supply. And so for me, the only reason I produce content is to bring value to the audience. Period. End of story. Simple. 0, 0, 0 sum game. And so I'm always challenging myself to be better and better and better. I want to be all time. I want to be all fucking time. And so like this format for me is incredible because that's what's being provided right now, right? Like if you're on the other side of this, you've like literally just found 3 new this, 2 new that, 1 new that. And obviously these shows are taking very different forms every time. What do you want to know, Hannah?
What do I want to know? I guess right now what I'm really interested in is I'm kind of in a space where I want to grow my brand.
Yes.
I don't want to necessarily have to physically show up places to make money.
Yes.
Which obviously kind of then translates into product.
Yes.
And when I think about product, obviously marketing is a huge part of that.
Yes.
And I just wonder, for me, I really find that I connect with products that have integrity.
Yes.
And their marketing ends up being kind of shitty
Yes.
because they've cared so much about the integrity of the product.
They're being too fancy and romantic.
Right. But
Correct.
then all the brands that are doing really, really well are like brands that are actually like the product is shit, but the marketing is so on point.
Yes.
And I
But
guess
I think the thing to think about there that you may want to debate is just the game of how long a game is, right? So I think one thing that people have to be thoughtful of is a shitty product over the long term will lose. You know, it will.
I think that as well.
You know, so one has to remember that you may deem Dove soap or Coca-Cola or cereal, Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Head and Shoulders as shitty, but you've got to reverse engineer the context of the market, right? So I think about music like this all the time too, since we're staying on that theme, or like sports. Like what I love about sports is, guess what? The shit's gonna play out in the court, right in front of your fucking face. Like there's gonna be no debate. You can't talk trash and then you play and then it plays out. Like you could be mad that a song is number one on the charts and you're like, that's some bullshit. Guess what? The market fucking spoke.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's how I think about products too. As a lot of people that have your profile and taste, and that's the truth, are getting into the product game. I'm speaking to a lot of them, and they're having this interesting point of view, this filter. Makes sense. I think what's interesting in this conversation is I've blindly accepted the market and then try to figure out what I want to do within it.
So I'm kind of doing that as well. I think also, I'd actually, like I feel like you kind of know my brand. Like, what would you say, what would you think that the product would be?
To make for you?
Yeah.
I've actually do have a pretty good idea on this, because obviously we haven't had the chance to really chop it up, so it's like years in the pent up making. I think you have permission that a lot of people don't, to go completely left fucking field. If you and I, if let's say this went and we got friendly and you're like, Gary, I really want to do a business with you. Bless you, Boyd. And you said, I really want to do a business with you. And I'd be like, okay, only under one circumstance. We have to go to some weird fucking place, bring in some product nobody in America knows, and it has to be legit shit, right? Like somebody figured, like pomegranates. I was born in Russia, in Belarus specifically. When I came to America, pomegranates were huge in the Soviet Union. When we came to America, my mom would go to like different stores to seek them out, and we would have pomegranates in 1984, 1987, 1990. And my American friends would come over in those years and be like, the fuck is that? They'd never seen a pomegranate in their life. Right? And so like a lot of people were listening who come from cultural backgrounds, like, you know, if you go to a friend from Haiti, they got some fucking food that's in a store, it's usually a cultural store. You're like, what is that? What is that? Yeah. I think what's super fascinating about your positioning, in my opinion, from afar, is you have permission to, like, we should go to Peru and find some random shit and like make like
it's the next like anti-aging, like whatever.
100,000 fucking. You can settle into the easy part of like making another. You have upside to like be like, you know, there's red bananas in the fucking Amazon jungle, and we're making fucking like lip cleaner. Like you should make some fucking shit up that is true though, which is like the indigenous people have been using this for 800 years.
Right.
That is a remarkable opportunity for you that an enormous amount of people do not have, because there's not a credibility, a momentum, a star factor. You need to be really thoughtful, because you have to understand why. If I'm right and the product's rad and it hits, the economics are disproportionately crazy because you have such a lead and an ownership over a category, not you're just a good product within a category.
Right.
You're creating a fucking category.
Interesting.
I agree with that.
That was some...
That's sick.
Got a little MBA'd out in here.
Yes.
So that's where I'm at with that.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm
sick.
glad I asked that.
Nick, who's your favorite athlete growing up?
My favorite athlete?
Yes, sir.
LeBron James, without a doubt.
Really?
LeBron.
Yeah.
Oh, you young fuckers.
I was a huge...
How old are you?
24.
Oh, wow.
I was a huge LeBron fan. First time I watched him play was in Toronto. I was 11 years old. He was kind of like just starting out his career at that point. And like the first time he walked out of the tunnel, I cried. I cried when I like saw him in person. And then by the time
How
I
did
turned...
your dad or mom or friend react to your crying?
They just knew I was obsessed with him. So they're like, that's just Nick being Nick. You know what I mean? They didn't think anything of it. But my obsession got to the point where every year my Christmas present was a trip to Cleveland to watch the Cavs play.
Wow.
So what happened the first time your team, so your rookie year?
Tell
Tell me the full story. Go. Your rookie year. Tell everybody who you were drafted by.
I was
where you were drafted,
drafted.
the whole thing. Go.
I was drafted 8th overall by the Sacramento Kings in 2014, and so I'm playing for the Kings. We're in Cleveland, and like the whole day, like leading up to the game, like my stomach's just like in knots. Like my first year, every game was exciting because like every night I was going up against someone that I had like looked up to as a kid, but LeBron was a different story for me. And so the game starts, and
Did you cry when you?
no, I didn't cry. I didn't cry
Good
this
move,
time.
good move.
I didn't cry. But like the game
starts.
The game starts, and LeBron and I are like, we play different positions, so we weren't like guarding each other. But then, like maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes into like when I checked into the game, it just happened that like in transition, like there was a missed shot. We came down on offense. He like matched up with me, and he like called it out to us. He's like, "I got Stauskas," and I was like, did anyone else hear that? He knows who I am. He just said my name. And like for the whole possession, I didn't even touch the ball. He was just like right next to me, and I was just like looking around. I was like, does everybody see this? Like LeBron's guarding me right now. So
That's
insane, man.
Like
that
for
must
me,
have felt like
for me, that was like that.
Illmind, did you have something like that in the studio? Have you ever had it?
Always,
go with your story
man.
now.
Always like.
No, but like. I get it.
A
There's a lot of
specific
people,
one?
yeah, something like that. Because obviously he had other players he appreciated
I've
and
got
had
one.
stories. But I mean, like for real.
First time I met Dre, Dr. Dre.
Yeah, that must have been.
I
nuts.
mean, Dre was
Give me the story.
guy.
Yep.
Okay, so 2013, I'm in LA, and I'm at this studio in LA, and I get a call from my guy who at the time just got hired to be an A&R at Aftermath. And so I knew him from like years ago when he was doing some other stuff. And so he's like, yo, Ill, what are you doing? I'm like, yo, I'm in LA. I'm in the studio. He's like, yo, I'm out here. I'm with Dre. Where are you at? And I give him the address of the studio, and he's like, yo, me and Dre are across the street at the bar. So I'm like Dr. Dre? He's like, yeah, me and Doc are over here. He's like, yo, come through. Come say what's up. So I leave the studio, and I go into the bar, and like I see my man and Dre, Taheem, and like I meet Dre for the first time. I'm like super stoked. He's like, yo, Illmind, what's up, man? Yo, my man Taheem told me you got that fire. I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. I dab a little bit. And so we're like, having drinks. He's like buying me a shot. And he's like looking at me like, yo, Illmind, can't wait to hit these joints. I'm like, yeah, we'll get in. And he's like, you got a studio? And I'm like, yeah. And so I'm like, yeah, come across the street. I'm actually in a session. I have the room. So then we leave the bar. So it's me, Dr. Dre, and my man Taheem. And so we go into the studio.
And you're thinking what as you're walking?
I'm like,
Dre's about to listen to my own.
I'm 50% super confident and stoked because I love my shit.
Yep.
And like, I can't wait to show him.
That's awesome.
And then 50% nervous as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I'm like about to play my stuff for Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
And so he's sitting back there. I'm like on the board, speakers. And then I plug my computer in and I start hitting play on some beats, like a minute per beat, just playing beats. And I'm not looking back because I'm super nervous. I'm like, in my mind, Dre is doing this.
Yeah.
Like he's wilding out in the back. And so I'm like looking straight and I'm just playing on my beats. I'm like, yeah, I know Dre fucks with this. I know he loves this. And then so a couple beats in, I glance to the back and Dre's looking down on his phone, like this, like super bored, like not feeling anything. And I was just like, damn, like my heart broke. I was like, fuck. So anyway, I stopped playing it and then I had a convo with Dre. He's like, he's like, your shit is cool, but like, it ain't really nothing I haven't heard before. And then we got into like a really deep conversation. He was like schooling me on stuff. And then that was that. And then a year later, I come back to LA and then he's working on a natural project and then we start working together. And he's showing me, this was when the NWA movie, before it dropped, he was showing me like trailers of the movie. I'm like super stoked. Like Dr. Dre is showing me clips of the new NWA movie that no one has seen yet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So then we get in the studio again and he's like, yo, Illmind, play me some stuff. And like he loved everything. And he was like, yo, and he recorded some shit. And then from there we just started like a working relationship. So my first experience was like terrible, but then like because I just kept going and kept at it,
right,
I got, and now like every time I see Dre, it's like super amazing, but I still get super nervous around him.
So cool,
it's
man.
always gonna be Dre, so
That's
one, you
so.
said.
I had a moment this week, which was this week.
You had your core, like again, remember these guys have met other people, but you're saying this is the one.
Dude,
happened this week.
Literally, I had a shot of tequila with Oprah.
What?
No.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
So
air horn.
Literally, right? That was. Listen,
You
Oprah
had
crazy.
a shot of tequila
with
Oprah Winfrey.
Not just
not
like,
Oprah Thompson.
No, Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah,
by the way,
just want to make sure.
in Harlem. Okay, it doesn't really get better than that. So
Wait, was that Red
Where?
Rooster?
It was not at Red
No.
Rooster.
I
It was
love
at the.
him,
It was
man.
at the.
Dude.
I love that place.
Place is so
Marcus,
good.
big shout out.
Yeah, Marcus.
Guys, if you ever come to New York and you need to go to Red Rooster, it's in Harlem. The flavor's legit.
Oh my God.
It's just a good experience. But go ahead.
Okay, so the Studio Museum in Harlem is like an iconic museum here in New York City. My mom has done like tons of work for them over the years. It was a full circle situation. So I'd been going there ever since I was in my mom's Snuggly Pack. And I got a call 2 weeks ago asking if I could DJ the OWN Network event at the Studio Museum, which will be the last event that will ever take place in the Studio Museum because they are closing that building, tearing it down, and building a new one.
That is not true. I'm going to run there now and put on an event because I want to be the last of.
Well, I already did it. So I go and I'm like, okay, Mom, you got to come to the event. Like, this is crazy. I didn't even think Oprah was going to be there. You know what I mean? I just thought I'm like DJing like another corporate event. And this time it was going to be uptown full of black people. So it was going to be fun.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm down. So I go and Oprah's there. And next thing you know, I'm like on a second level. So I'm like, oh, I'm probably not going to get to meet her or anything. And next thing you know, after she gives her speech, she comes upstairs, introduced herself to me, and everyone in the whole place is going to take a shot of tequila. And she hands me her shot, then gets another one, cheerses me, says her whole thing. And we took a shot together. I mean, granted, it was also with the other 100 people in the room, but we were right next to each other, and
That's
she handed me
insane.
her tequila.
Wow.
Like it was a major moment. It was like, it felt like, and also it's like, it's Oprah. Like I aspire to have so many of her qualities and make an impact on the world like she has. And it was just epic.
Wow.
That's
Oprah.
fucking awesome. Good for you.
Thanks.
What is your first Instagram post? I want you to pull up your phone
my
right
God.
How do
now.
I do that?
What?
How do I
We're
pull
going to teach
Scroll.
you.
Okay.
Stop your fucking stream.
Okay. Sorry,
Hit
guys.
the fucking Instagram logo.
We out.
Let's go, Nick. I want to see it. I'm gonna explain it visually.
Let's do
You're
this.
just gonna keep scrolling.
It's
I
so
think
funny.
a
I
fun
remember
thing.
mine like it was yesterday.
You do? I
Yeah.
don't remember
All right,
mine.
pull it up. Pull it up.
Wait, so I have to manually
Yeah, you
just
gotta fucking
scroll.
go. Yeah,
Just
They
fucking
actually,
go.
So Instagram, if you're listening, you know.
Damn.
Ishman is Instagram. If you're listening right now, we'd like you to like add a button that allows you to go directly to your first.
Should do that.
Like, yeah, it takes a while, and you know how it like does the whole thing. So
this is
it's gonna take you forever. I know. We're gonna keep
Well,
doing it. We're
I
gonna
can
talk.
just describe it.
No,
Okay.
I wanna really.
I don't remember
I'm almost
mine.
embarrassed. Like,
No,
I
it's
don't
gonna
even
be
know
really
what's
good.
gonna come
Well,
up.
this is a very fun thing. This is a new game we
This is
just
great.
created on the spot. What is your first Instagram photo ever? I
This
see
is sick.
Tyler Schmidt is doing it.
Also-
Nikon the legend is here, but
This
he's
is
not
fun.
doing it. He's too fucking fresh to do it.
Can I ask
But I
you-
want to see what everybody's first Instagram photo is. And as a matter of fact, for everybody listening, I'm going to do a contest. I'm going to send somebody 5 signed books. 5. This is where you can sell them for $20 on eBay and make some cash. To one person randomly.
just
Go to your
scrolling.
phone.
Scrolling.
Go to your profile. Go to your first Instagram photo ever. Screenshot your phone. Tweet it at me and put hashtag GV first. Yeah, GV first. That'll be fine. I'll find it and I'm gonna pick one of you.
First IG.
Okay, fine.
Sick.
Thanks, HB. GV first IG, because we're collaborating here. And I will pick one of you. You found it, Nick?
Found it.
Nick?
You probably haven't
Let's see it.
posted that many
Nick?
though.
This is actually
Yeah,
funny.
Okay,
I have a
first,
long
when
way to
is
go.
it? Keep
This
going,
is
Il.
too much.
No,
I'm going.
Hannah.
I'm going.
Hannah, I don't
your
care.
Wi-Fi's like not.
My Wi-Fi's fucking badass. Don't try to diss on the Wi-Fi. Keep fucking
I'm on
going.
3G. I'm not even on
Take a
Wi-Fi.
look at what my first post is.
Nick's first photo ever is with LeBron James.
Wow.
It's
That's
me and
sick.
LeBron.
December 28th, 2012.
That was worth creating an account.
Yeah.
You look like
Yeah.
such a little
I-
baby.
That's
Nick,
crazy, bro.
I created the account for that picture, I think. Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
insane.
God.
That's unbelievable. How'd you get? What happened? You were a good player and like got
So
you. Like,
that
what
was,
why do you have this photo?
That was my first year at the University of Michigan, and one of my teammates who now play one of my teammates at Michigan who now plays for the Knicks. His name's Tim Hardaway.
Timmy.
Jr. He played with me, and his father worked for the Heat at that time.
That's right.
And so the Heat were playing the Pistons in Detroit.
Keep going, Hannah. Don't give up.
And,
Keep going. I got a long way to go
Iris, do you want to
too.
help Hannah? You're a big fan of her work. Can you please scroll her Instagram? Iris, can you please scroll Hannah's Instagram? She.
You don't have to scroll.
I just
down my
reached.
Instagram.
I just reached
not
20.
done.
I'm on 2014 right now.
I mean, how many posts have you, Nick? How many posts have you posted on your Instagram? It says it's one of the top
623 posts.
623. Okay.
How many do you have?
3,500.
Yeah. Okay. So you're
Okay,
gonna have
so
to
I'm
scroll.
scrolling
You're
through.
gonna have to
Take
try
you-
6 times
it's gonna
longer.
take
Nothing
you a
too
while.
crazy.
It's
He's
alright.
been done. We'll be here for a little bit longer. Ill.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm
almost
going.
there?
I'm still going.
While you guys are doing this, I want everybody also to go and look at Oprah's first ever Instagram photo.
How are we supposed to do both at the same time?
Well, you're not supposed to do that, but we'll have somebody do that. Well, why don't you do that, Seth? We're gonna pull up Oprah since we just talked about her first Instagram photo as well.
I love Oprah.
You love her so much, right?
I really do.
How's
And
her-
her
how is
first
she in
Instagram
person?
photo
Like,
should be pretty
how's
You
iconic.
know
aura?
what? Her,
Let's
she's
see.
powerful.
Yeah.
Honestly, like she commands attention. She like speaks with such
Hannah is talking
authority
and
and like
scrolling as we speak.
vulnerability.
She's-
It's like kind of
not-
insane.
She's doing a no
Multitasking.
look,
Yeah.
no look scroll.
Yeah, that's
it's
what
kind of
I'm
like how you
doing.
pass, Nick.
I'm doing
She's
the
doing
same
no
thing.
look.
Dre has that same, like, you know when certain people walk
They
in a
just
room
do.
and
Legends
it's
have
like,
aura. Like
Yeah.
they
it's
don't
just
have
real.
to say anything.
I love that song, by the way. Neon Guts.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Neon Guts is my shit.
I always like I have a running list in my notes of good like rap lyrics that would make a good Instagram caption, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
Like Neon Guts and the
Pharrell's a
colorful
genius,
aura.
man.
Hannah, how's your scrolling coming along?
I mean, it's going. It's going.
I'm at 2014.
Okay, we've got Oprah's first photo. Let's see what it is.
This is fun, actually.
What?
What is it?
Are you for real?
What date is that?
This is really upsetting. This is April 25th, 2012, and Oprah's first photo is of Garyvee.
No.
No way.
You know,
Dad.
just trying to live life out here.
See, you
No
knew.
chance.
You
Just
set this up so fucking well.
flex.
You, damn. If I had known, I was giving you a fucking layup right there.
Layups out here. Nick's here. I gotta throw layups. I gotta throw layups.
And then one of these, and then one of these.
That's crazy.
That was fun.
Fuck.
That was a little fun for me.
Guys, mine
Holy
is going to be so
shit.
anticlimactic.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Well, I
like,
get it. Well, actually, so far, Nick's was with LeBron. Oprah's first photo was with me. Actually, what's my first photo? It's gonna be ridiculous. Like, actually, can you?
I'm
Tyler, can we-
so
Oh, I'm
deep
actually
right
getting
now.
close.
I don't even.
You getting close?
I have a lot.
Oh,
Probably. How many
look
do you
at
have,
D-Rock
Hannah?
on the mics.
I have like
Yeah.
something like more than
When did you join?
3,500.
Like, what year?
It was actually New Year's Eve that I posted my first, and I
going.
think it was New Year's of 2012.
12?
Nick,
I think
what was
I'm
your
around
favorite
2012.
toy as a kid? While these guys are going through that, we're gonna go through favorite toy, singular favorite toy as a child.
Oh, you know what it was called?
Yes, I just love your face how you actually figured it
What
out.
was it called? It was a beatbox. You know, it's like twist it, pull it, and it was like you remember bop it. That's what.
Boppin'.
T-Rock's
Yeah, bop it.
guys. T-Rock's having a great day.
Yeah, bop it.
Anik, you just came in here nice and slow. You know.
I was told.
Yeah, we know. I'm glad you're here. How you
I
doing?
thought about some of these picks. These are good picks.
These are good.
You got some good stuff. See?
Yeah.
You got some
It's
recalls.
not every day you go through your entire feed.
Yes, the
Hey,
entire.
you know what's cool about Instagram too? Like, and especially successful people, like you get to see like where that cutoff point was of like, oh, they got money now. You know what I
Why are
mean?
you
to
like
come
wearing
up.
like?
No, I mean
like garbage cans
I'm
on your
still
head?
very poor. Mom's
Yeah.
basement. Like,
Ilma, what about your favorite toy of all?
Growing up?
Yeah, of all time.
Shit. It must have been a Star Wars thing, like a Star Wars toy
How
of
old
some
are you?
sort. I'm 35.
Got it.
Yeah, so some
Return
kind
of
of
the
Star,
Jedi?
Star Wars was before my time too.
I know. Was Return of
So I
the
was super
Jedi your
young.
jam? Like, were you there for that?
No.
What year were you born?
What
year were you
was it,
born,
80,
Illmind?
I don't even remember.
You do not know your birth year, bro?
You were
So
born in
82.
82, yeah. Because my brother's the
What was
same
that?
age.
I've never seen. Guys, this was. Forget about me and Oprah. Like, that was.
I don't even
I've
remember when you
never
were
seen that
born.
before. I've never seen somebody struggle so hard. At least that wasn't in their 90s of what year they were born. Have you gotten to your first photo?
I'm so close.
Swipe in.
I'm
I
so
feel like I'm
close.
close too.
What is your favorite all-time toy as a kid?
I don't know. Like, I don't think I played with toys.
Really?
I did. I mean, I loved.
I'm
I played
close.
a lot of video games when I was a kid. Like,
Okay.
I loved. Like that. I can't even believe I'm saying this, but I loved that terrible Sega game, Echo the Dolphin.
Oh, I
my
love
God,
Echo
that
the
game was
Dolphin.
terrible.
It was so
I
bad,
love
but
that.
I did
What
love
about-
it too.
wait a minute.
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna change my answer. It was video. My shit was video games. Like I'm
I
a
also
video
really
game.
love
Don't
Sonic
fucking
the
steal
Hedgehog.
fucking Hannah's
No,
answer, bro.
I love
that just
Sonic the
Why are you just
Hedgehog.
stealing her shit?
But I
Sonic
also,
was my shit.
I was a dancer,
What
so
about
my
Earthworm-
favorite
what
thing
was-
were like my dance
Earthworm
shoes.
Jim?
Yeah.
Earthworm
Kind of the
Earthworm Jim
same
was
way.
cool.
I was gonna just say like basketball.
Yeah.
Like I loved basketball shoes, like
Yeah, I was-
Jordans growing
yeah,
up. Like I
my
love
point
shoes.
shoes-
Do you know I never owned
My
a pair of
point
Jordans in my
shoes
entire life because I
were-
hate them with all my fucking heart?
Why?
Because I'm a Knicks fan, and any real fucking Knicks fan hates
Yeah.
Michael fucking Jordan.
But like you respect the greatness, though.
Of course.
Of course,
Of
but
course.
Patrick Ewing
On the court.
By the way,
But
you didn't
Patrick
ask
Ewing.
me who my favorite sports person was. I don't know if that was just like a gender.
When did we do favorite sports?
You asked Nick who his favorite.
Yeah, I was
sport-
making it
Player?
contextual to his world.
Well,
He's
anyway,
a basketball player.
Mine was Patrick Ewing because I'm a Knicks fan.
I love you for
Wait,
that.
was
He's
your-
my
was
Patrick
your-
Ewing is my favorite all-time player.
He's the best. By
Guys-
the way, I saw Kembe Mutombo once in a club, and I tried to take a photo of him.
And he
guess
did the
what
finger. He did the finger. No, Dikembe did the finger. I was wondering.
I know.
They
No,
go-
no.
You know what, man?
Yes.
I gotta.
Guys, get to your fucking first photo.
I'm almost there. I have
I'm-
a
I
New
feel
You've
York.
been
like I'm
saying
so
almost for
close.
years.
I
I
feel
have
like
a
I'm
New
so
York
close.
Knicks.
I like it that Nick had
flex-
8 photos
Oh,
on
what?
flex
Instagram.
moment. I have
What?
a New York Knicks flex moment.
Okay,
I wanna
go.
Fuck this. I'm doing it.
Go.
Anthony Mason's son.
rest
rest
Anthony
in
Mason
peace.
Jr.
So
Love him.
I was at A3C in Atlanta, and I shared an elevator with Anthony Mason,
Senior.
senior.
Okay.
And he said that his son is a fan of mine. Listens
That's
to my
fucking
beats.
cool.
Whoa, that's
So I was,
amazing.
I was
fucking
like,
amazing.
I was
That's
like, you're-
epic.
Am I in the elevator with Mason right now? He's telling me this.
I have also another little sports situation. My uncle Lou started the Gauchos.
Oh, I used to play against Gauchos all the
You
time.
did?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
And
like
did you
meet
beat their
Oh my
faces?
God. I'm
I
here.
dropped like
I got
35
it.
on them one time in Pittsburgh. I
Nick.
remember.
All right, Ale.
Relax.
All right, August 31st, 2011.
11.
It's a picture of
Where's mine? Ty?
what is it?
You fucking quit.
What's his name?
Tyler. Wait a minute.
5:04.
I don't give a fuck if it's fucking midnight. I asked you to get to the first photo. You gave up in like 2 seconds.
Got
in.
mine.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay.
we got both at the same
I'm so
time.
happy everybody has theirs, but mine.
So
because
mine-
Tyler, who's
Mine is a
supposed to help
picture-
me in situations like this, literally just disregarded my request. I asked nicely. I asked nicely.
Mine's
What
a
are we
picture
looking
of
at
a
here?
Harry Potter wand.
Yeah, what
It's
is
a
that?
Harry Potter
You're a straight nerd.
wand. I told
you.
you I was a nerd.
5 likes, 2 comments.
What they said? What were the comments?
The comments were, "You fucking nerd." No. Guys, the first comment is, "Yo, I'm a half Filipino kid from Bloomfield who manages. Got some."
Hey, yeah, that's where I'm from.
Okay.
Swag.
Hannah.
I told you it was going to be anticlimactic.
I'm from
Hannah's is 27 likes, 1 comment. January 5th, 2012. It's fireworks.
It was from New Year's Eve.
And the one
Nice.
comment is, "I hope my first and only wife looks something like you, because then I wouldn't have problems doing anything it takes to keep her happy."
Hey.
Kixagram. There you go.
Hey.
All these pervy
Whoa.
dudes. It was. He's not. It was.
Hey.
That's calm. Thank God.
That's 318 weeks ago.
just like yesterday.
This I should have started with. This was the second post. Me in the studio. That
Yep,
that
but that's
was
not
that was
how
the
it works
proper
out.
one.
Not how it
No,
works
that's
That's
the
not
right
ever
one.
how it works
I'm
out.
deleting
I
the
cannot
Harry
wait
Potter
to see
one.
these photos on Twitter, guys. Remember,
my
what
God.
was the hashtag GV Insta?
GV
Oh, no, it's Instagram.
first.
First Insta.
No.
GV.
GV first IG.
GV first IG. Okay, thank you guys. Oh
my God.
You guys got good grades and
It's
I
like
didn't.
when you look back at like the early stages, like the early days of your Instagram,
Yeah.
You
like,
realize-
what was I even
Yeah,
up to?
You were not up to the things you're up to now.
Except for
That's what's up.
still
That's
killing the nail art
crazy.
game though. Let's get real.
Yeah,
Oh,
you were. You
wow.
were. Oh, that's really
Been
good.
on
actually.
that early.
You were up on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
since the '90s.
You know.
Yeah, guys, I really appreciate having you on. Last parting words for the audience. What do you got to say, Hannah?
Last parting words
Yeah.
for the audience.
Anything you want? Questions, statements, inspirations, demotivations, whatever you roll with.
I don't know. Do what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Good. I like that. Nick?
Be great, perfect your craft. I think like for me that's what motivates me like every day. Like I look at guys that are like the best in their sport or like their profession. Like I look at guys like Tom Brady like in the Super Bowl. Like
Dude.
you just tell he obsesses about stuff.
Hold on. We don't talk. We don't
I knew
mention
this
that.
was gonna go there as soon as you
That's-
just said that.
Dude, our friendship just took a huge
I'm so
step
so
back.
sorry.
Yeah. Dude, I'm literally looking at you with a huge Jets logo over your head. Like, no, above it. See right there? This is my angle.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you noticed, know how I talked about the Jordan thing earlier?
Yeah.
Brady's on some more current feeling shit, you know?
Yeah.
So, no.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
say
so
somebody
sorry.
else. Pick somebody else.
I mean, even someone like Floyd Mayweather.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Like a guy like Floyd
Yep,
Mayweather,
I
like
agree.
he just all about
That
perfecting his
oh,
craft.
yeah.
Like he's
So
just obsessed
skilled.
every day. Like
Defense.
whether it's
Yeah.
3 a.m,
Yep.
4 a.m, like he just goes to the gym. He's like,
Yep.
I want to be the best ever, and he's 50-0 because of it.
Yep.
So
That's
be
where
great.
you're at.
Do
Love
what
it.
you do.
That's great.
Illmind?
I would say, man, just try a bunch of shit until you find something you're obsessed with doing, and then
Yes.
just like do it every day.
Yes. Guys, I really appreciate you. Have a great weekend.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Nation.
Appreciate
thank you
you,
so
man.
much for having me.
So you got it? Wait, that was actually unbelievable timing. Tyler, you actually did this perfectly because if you had it earlier, we wouldn't have had this incredible moment on pod sessions number 4. I can't wait to see what it is. Don't say anything. Let me see it. Is it ridiculous? Oh my God, it's a picture of my daughter. I'm such a better human than you guys.
Wow.
See ya.
Harry Potter wand.
204 comments, 512 likes. Eat shit, guys.
Nice.